ready! Let's go!
About those books in the restricted section that Lisa mentioned. Have you ever wondered what sort of books might be kept in there? Perhaps on the way back to Mondstadt after rescuing Dvalin. We finally got to see one of the 7 Archons, didn't we? It was interesting to see what kind of god he was.
Haven't we known Venti for quite a while now?
As Venti, yes. But still, this was the first time that we got to see him as the Animal Archon Barbados.
We're back! We found Kachi-
Well, it's fairly...
The Fatui again? But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try-
That's why it has to be our little secret. Look, I wish I could still.
I can also step-
Modesty.
Archon,
You have nothing to be... Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go try...
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various
Whoa.
It looks like there are... I suppose you could think of it as a hobby and physical... Now, if you're curious...
Alright, we'll have a look. Hey, there's a fishing rod here.
That's right. He and I met in a tavern. In his eye...
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw... He managed to kill... Can a fisherman...
Well, Paimon...
That was my answer. In the end, he...
Wait, that means...
Maybe we can go... The powder still needs some time to settle. Well,
Yeah, if he does
that's right. They demonstrate most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. But there's also let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your... Exactly. Even at the end of your... Take out a portion of the future. Of course. Humanity excels at living in the present. But while the pilgrimage, only by uniting the people of Natlan to come up with such a set of rules. The first Pyro Archon must have possessed... That's correct. Namely, a friend. By holding... In addition...
So, it all comes down to the power of the Divine Throne. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! Paimon was having a hard... It really doesn't look like there was anything...
A little late for the...
Sorry,
It's all right. I'd never get a... No matter what other... Becoming the art... My father made... One time, my sister... I still remember...
Wow.
Isn't that what being a... As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation and experience...
Well, what happened?
I believe she ended up... Anyway, that's enough of... Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Am I hallucinating again? Kachina! Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? It's okay, Kachina. Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyup is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyup to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wyup saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom...
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me. You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do... All you need to do is play. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Yeah, we're so... Be careful.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind.
I know.
All right. Then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. That face you just...
No, I just...
I'll go with them too. Thank you so much.
Now that I've lost my... Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a...
That won't...
I hope not.
This is how it must be.
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait! You mean like the element—
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have these ruins. So what you're saying?
No. It's going to be,
It's the pre-
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go.
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Windblade! What's the hurry? test your luck.
Fate is upon you.
Disappear! Blade! What?
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
Maybe I wasn't meant for this world.
My reckoning. Let's go.
Dodge this! Oh, so sorry. I'm not done.
Nightfall has arrived. I will soon...
So we're
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced... Humans only established their own...
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the element?
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have... These ruins...
So what you're saying...
No. It's going to be,
It's the pre-advent...
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go. We won't...
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't...
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Yeah, yeah. Windblade.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
With the wind!
Boba, get them! Eat this!
Wind blade!
Dodge this!
Wind blade!
Don't get frostbite.
Decided by destiny.
Cool it! This one will be frozen.
Disappear!
Freeze! Cool it!
Nice and spicy!
Shadows of fate.
Dodge this!
Fate is upon you.
Don't push your luck. Don't get frostbite.
Delve into destiny.
Cool it!
Race you! No ingredients permitted!
Cool it! What's the hurry? Freeze! Ah! Ha! Ah!
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told.
Yes.
We actually... Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself... Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the night. It looks so dip. That overflow of energy is probably what...
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world...
Paimon's more...
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down...
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet if this was the real world...
That's it? You really think that little...
So that means all we need to do is find
Exactly. This light...
Yeah, these...
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malko. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling... It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker Stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, we could have done much more. But we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course. Thank you for protecting. Under the power of the stone, turns out even our...
Whether in trying...
Exactly. That you're looking for a young... I'd like to help her. Be careful.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here. You can't go wandering off. It's... Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way. Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Let me scry.
Ha! Dodge this! Ha! 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 Ah! What's the hurry? Dodge this! Cool it!
Shadows of fate, written in the stars. Nice dinner's gonna burn.
Oh, so sorry. What's the hurry? Cool it! That was unexpected.
Oh, Paimon can't see anything!
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Did you hear that? What? Never mind. It...
Don't scare Paimon like this!
I heard it too.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter.
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
We're here, Kachina! Oh, honey? Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these... Good idea. Let her rip!
With the wind!
You're here. You're finally here. Thank you so much. That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times. The Y-Up's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of...
Had a girl.
Should we start heading back then?
Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the... I can't exactly put it in...
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here certainly seems to back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. There are countless, but if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become...
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them, that probably wouldn't even put a dent in the problem.
Still, we can't just leave the Wyab to suffer.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Maybe we really... No, I'm fine. Just up ahead.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you. You don't have any... All right.
We've already come all the...
Let's go.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself?
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. Besides, I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes. So go. Achieve your goal.
Thank you for You're a true... Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that.
Divination is about precisely foretelling one's written destiny. Over-embellishing that fate only leads to misconception. Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted.
Wyab? Wyab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab?
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. Alright, get ready, everyone! Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place!
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility. He tried to get... He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about him, you may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now? No. I thought this... That is the ancient name's pride. The Pyro Archon. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remains...
Kachina, give me your hand. Feel that?
Thanks, Moalani. Because I'm not...
You're right, but you also couldn't...
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back... The power lies in... But in our commitment...
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance.
There aren't many in Nat...
From the athlete to this world anew.
Check this out! Best of luck! Get back! Let's ride!
Time for my...
Need a sip. Off we go. Ho!
Revelation from on high. A glimpse of the beauty.
Oh, he won! We actually won!
That's what he gets for underestimating you. Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely fantastic. This makes me so unbelievably happy.
I'm happy too, Moalani. Together we really are unstoppable.
Huh? My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that
Wait, does that mean you're...
That was a bold move. Diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend. Especially in a place... Still, seeing you pull it off, everything you said was exactly right. It took years' worth of scars, and lots of unnecessary suffering, for me to understand that. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Only then. Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Since you were under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending... As long as blood still runs through its blaze, even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
So that...
What do you mean?
500 years ago, we can go over the details once we get... I know bits and pieces, but...
This sounds like something that's going to need... Okay,
I hear your voice, Kachina.
great. Well, then I was going to ask... I'll keep searching with the...
You are all...
Huh?
You are all... Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name. But it need not define you. Focus on who you want to be. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents, my love for you will never change. It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards Go now, my
I know we've never met before, Wyab. Thank you for encouraging.
Whoa! What's going on?
We're out of time. It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to run!
It's a Seelie! The Seelie opened the way for us!
Or we'll be stuck here! Watch out for the falling rocks! Quick, through the middle! Come on, faster!
We'll never make it!
You've done well. Now come home.
The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the Speaker's Chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Every great display of power comes at a price. You must feel terrible. Let's get back to the stadium.
I recommend getting a...
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always seem...
Let's get going. We need to share...
Right.
I'll let her explain every move.
lot less stuff here than before.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first.
Thank goodness you made it back. Take a seat, everybody. All right, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a... I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're...
He always has been special like that.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patience to see, so...
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We might not see eye to eye. Just give it time.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Huh?
No.
That's right. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mulan told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization and countless lives. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally achieve the peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. Their threat to Natlan remains as real as ever.
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory, nor did they hold hope for the future. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wayab nearly severed. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then. And it was you.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. Or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old, 500 years ago.
So that means I'm one of the Chosen?
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wayab were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But something went wrong along the way. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wayab has been blocked.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its methods certainly aren't easy to counter. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection to their name. So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shilonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the... That's also why I haven't been...
But if you knew this whole time...
Perhaps, but just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope you're...
So I suppose you're...
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only... I can only I have never believed I could solve... Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual. You're quite perceptive, aren't you?
Huh?
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure... After all, I was the... In addition to their
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Every item belonged to a hero of Natlan. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On their own, each item's power is limited, but together their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire situation. By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the two worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But aren't they all precious treasures? What about their stories?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry. And then, besides, if they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way...
The people and the events of... If you still have regrets, your deeds will become new...
Well,
Well, if that's the case, just treat... Now that Kachina... And we could all use the rest. Try not to let it get... All right.
was young, I used to sit by the hot. They attract people from all. The people of the springs have never. It's been really nice. I've witnessed their energy, even when they cause trouble. I'm certain one day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children. So you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet future. The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution. My rage will never know absolution. Then my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we owe. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die.
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Seriously, though? Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. That's just who he is. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight,
instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire. The lifeblood of our nation.
You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. I was about to leave, actually. No, it's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's just... well, I'll make things awkward if I'm around my sister right now.
Ah, well, you two had a fight, so Paimon can understand.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip.
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information about the Abyss.
That's good.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty...
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might face in the Night Kingdom, so I didn't want to take any chances.
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool for a little while, at least. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound. That's all I wanted.
But do you really have to go that far? Can't you just talk it out?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this, or it'll be even harder to help her. I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this burden. Anyway, I need to get going. Enjoy the celebration. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault. Paimon's had enough of them.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Woohoo! Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad I finally made it.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild, so I stopped to bandage his wounds. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one person. I figured Kachina would have no trouble replacing me.
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams too.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars. That's the highest honor.
So, what about you guys? Did you make it far?
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day. We got disqualified.
Serves you all right. No sympathy from me.
Alright. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal. Dear friends, I'd like to say a few words. Firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me back. This traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed to participate in the pilgrimage, I have no doubt that they'd win the whole thing. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, I believe I can become even stronger still. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Aeon-san. They all helped the Traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the Night Kingdom. They too deserve to be called our heroes, so please give another round of applause for them. Thank you so much.
Well said!
I'll drink to that. How does it feel being a hero, Kachina?
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. It all just feels so surreal.
Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion!
Hey, please don't make fun of me. I've been through so much all at once.
Are you still feeling it?
Nope, all better now. I bet you guys must be tired, though.
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
How did you know?
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time, for in 500 years Natlan will be destroyed, it seemed too cruel. You could just as easily point out that Imagine if I said, I couldn't make... Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. Or, of course, without me. But since
I'm suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that...
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth is that very little information survives. From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe. Still, it was an impressive achievement. You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through.
Yeah,
I suppose, but even if the future ends in destruction, and this is a pivotal moment. Well, 3, to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on your resistance to the corrupting If you agree to join us,
Ancient name?
They can. Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. Your story, the Ode of Resurrection, may have temporarily lost its power, but still. Take this as my personal guarantee. Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This nation always honors its heroes.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation.
Wonderful. Then I'll read. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but...
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her... Although you're injured...
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent. As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top.
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
Things have been looking really rough for Natlan lately. There are more and more commissions from the Adventurers Guild, and they're all related to the Abyss.
worry.
I always win anyway.
I must choose carefully.
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed these days.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital that we all work together. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hi, Catherine, it's us! Got any new commissions?
You two have come just... The Pyro Archon has finished assembling her forces and stationed them all across Natlan. Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion. So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed of everything that's happening across the land. Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces. Yes, precisely. So please all—
So that's the plan! Whew, we can finally stop and take a break! Paimon knows that! It's not like Paimon just wanted to lay here and do nothing!
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster. Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives. We just all hope that day will be sooner rather than later.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom.
Huh? Is that the Traveler and Paimon? Hello, hello!
Oh, hey, Kachina! Are you feeling better now?
Yep. Now really isn't the time to stay home and recover anyway. I wanted to do something to help. I heard that the Pyro Archon is gathering warriors to be stationed in the more remote areas. So I came here to sign up. I'll do my best, and also make sure to stay out of your way. The last thing I want is to add to your work. Oh, by the way, Shilonin told me that she was ordered to forge you an ancient name. She said that she's all set, and we can head over whenever—
Wow!
Shilonin, she's always got a pile of commissions on her plate, so you usually have to wait a while before she finishes something. Well, I've already signed— She wouldn't turn me away, right? I mean, I hope she wouldn't.
Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina.
On second thought, maybe I'll just find a hole in the ground to jump into and hide for a— Shilonin, I brought the person who needs an— He's super amazing, and I've already learned tons of—
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, Are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just—
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders.
Huh? You're saying the Pyro Arc—
No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged himself to the plan. But we'd need to forge an ancient name to ensure he'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now. No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just... The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to... Anyway, I can't argue with her, but... just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me...
It's
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's sparing glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations of successors inherit. We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name.
Yeah! I saw countless feats recorded in their adventure handbook!
But they were all performed outside of...
Yeah, that's right!
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in that land, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands. Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as a basis for an ancient name. Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know. That's just how it is.
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone, yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Why do I feel like this has happened before? I think last time, Shilonen just ended up running dozens of laps around the hills nearby.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just, focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve the impossible.
You mean you're already...
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the...
Yeah!
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record his heroic deeds.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her. If we can talk to her again, maybe we...
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to? Plus, considering the unprecedented... we need to find a consultant who's...
Oh, we've heard that name. A person who can make...
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to be disturbed. I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
I hate to break it to you, but...
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even managed to save Kachina.
Well, yeah. At the cost of her spirit speaker stone being split into two.
Huh?
Great going, Mawika. We're already off to a rocky start. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, Seat Lolly would still want to show respect to the Archon. I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
Oh! Let's ask Kanich to deliver the letter. He understands the whole situation, and is already a familiar face to her.
Paimon sure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
Alright, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say.
Great! Then I'll go contact him right now.
Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the...
Sounds good! We'll take a stroll in the...
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her. Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Mm-hmm. Because we all saw a hero of the past rematerialize right before our eyes. The Pyro Archon explained
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companion...
See...
Odd, huh?
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams, I've never met a...
Huh.
Huh, so...
Yeah. Plus, we kind of owe her one anyway.
Ah, this is a... Then,
Take care out there, Kanich. I'll be heading back.
Okay, then let's...